Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing amazing. I'm finally back with another speed build. I know it's been a while, life's just been very busy for me lately. I literally did this build on stream when the new high school years expansion pack came out, which was literally over a month ago at this point, I think. So the pack came out, it came out with all these amazing new items. I was very impressed with the new catalog of items, build by items that we got, and I thought I'd try something a little bit different. And instead of doing like one big build of one big house or a high school or something, I thought it would be really fun to take each of the 5 new beds that we got in the new pack and base a teen's bedroom around each one of these beds. This is actually the first time I've ever tried this approach of just building like a single room, and I have to say it's actually a really great idea because sometimes you might just not be in the mood for, you know, creating a floor plan or doing landscaping, but you still have that itch to build, so build just a single room. So this first room that I'm working on here, if you couldn't tell already, I've gone with like a bit of a cute yellow green, almost cottagecore vibe. I imagine the teenager who lives in this room to be, you know, kind of artistic. I add in some painting easels and like sketches on the walls later on. I imagine them to be with like quite a soft demeanor, a gentle sort of energy, that kind of vibe. With all 5 of these builds, I used only base game items and items from the high school years expansion pack. So yeah, we're very much staying in that high school years spirit. You could definitely insert any of these rooms into your builds if you're doing like a high school years gameplay playthrough. This is also, I think, the first time I've ever limited myself to only base game and another pack. I don't think I've ever done this before, but I do feel like it was possible with this pack just because there was so much in this pack. I think my last video was an overview of every single item that came with this pack. So the next room that we're doing, I think all of my rooms are also the same sizes or same like dimensions. So this next room is sort of like bohemian celestial vibes. I was really excited about these like ceiling fairy light drapes that came with the new pack. I was dying to use them and I was really wanting to like overlap them and layer them and put them in all sorts of angles, which is what we've done here. The vibe of this room is maybe a little bit more chaotic than the last one. I've got the bed on an angle, lots of fairy lights, lots of drapes, more sort of the psychedelic print that I really enjoy. I really went ham layering all these drapes. They feel really cozy. They feel just like such a unique space. I think this truly would be a dream bedroom if I was a teenager. I always wanted to have like a really over the top decorated room like this. I feel like so many teenage girls would have wanted those like sheer drapes around their bed at some point, and I really love that the Sims included them in this pack for us. I cut this out, but I spent so long trying to like arrange these panels because I don't own them. I know a lot of streamers own them, but I must be like the only streamer who doesn't own those LED panels. I just don't know how they're supposed to go, and I do change the layout of this side of the room with the desk a bit later on. I wanted the kid who lives in this room to sort of be like a streamer, like maybe aspiring streamer, so that's why I put those lights there, but they have this really weird like harsh straight line where the light is supposed to emit, and I put those cloud shelves up, but like I said, this this side of the room does change a little bit. Anyway, so over here we've got the wardrobe. There isn't a built-in wardrobe in this room or the last room, I don't think, but the new pack came with 2 really great looking clothing racks, and they came with new hanging clothes as well. This pack also came with so many different wall decorations, like posters, those vinyls, those overlapping posters and stuff, and there's so many little hidden gems hidden amongst the swatches of all those wall decorations, I think. So I feel like whatever vibe you're going with any of your teenage bedrooms, I feel like you can find something good in one of those wall decorations. I really enjoyed decorating all these rooms with, you know, a theme in mind. So like this one, it's boho, like celestial, I guess. I think that's the word. So I added in some like more crystals. I had to add in that beautiful woven wicker egg chair as well. I added in the divider, added a mirror so it just sort of like closes off that space, so it's a bit more of like, you know, a changing room space, place to take your little selfies and that sort of thing. Our third bedroom is for, I guess, like a jock type kid. This room probably does have a little bit more of a masculine vibe with like the rough concrete walls and that brick wall. I really wanted to use an actual one of the new walls from the new pack, so that's why I decided to use it here. I feel like this room could even be like a basement or something. I could totally imagine this kid wanting to have like gym equipment in their room, but there was only space downstairs in the basement where, you know, the rest of the family maybe don't frequent as often, so it gets really messy down here because this room is probably the messiest out of all the rooms. There's like rubbish and stuff strewn all across the floor, dirty clothes and that sort of thing. But yeah, this room is definitely for someone who is quite serious about their exercise and stuff, since there is gym equipment and like footballs and stuff everywhere. I also really love this little shelf that we came up with here, so they can put their, you know, towels there and lots of cans, bottles of water or energy drink or whatever that is. Same thing again with all of those wall decorations. Like there was a bunch of sports themed ones that just worked really perfectly in this room. Yeah, like I said, I feel like the wall decorations are truly the highlight of this pack. There are so many great swatches. You can literally decorate any room to any theme that you want, I reckon. This was also a great way to use a bunch of decorations that I typically wouldn't use. Like I don't think I've ever used that soccer ball lamp before in my entire life. I don't think I've ever really used much of the other like sports equipment clutter and that sort of thing. The next room, this is definitely for that, you know, queen bee archetype, the cheer captain, spoiled, popular rich girl, the one who always has the best clothes and all that sort of thing. This room is so over the top, but I think this actually is my favorite room. Like I said, I enjoy when I get to use items and stuff that I don't typically use, and I don't think I've ever used this wallpaper in my life, so I really like that I finally found an appropriate use for it. I initially gave her her own TV space, but I do get rid of that later on, and she is of course the only one who got a built-in wardrobe because I feel like she definitely deserves it. I struggled a little bit with just making that wardrobe its own space, so I added in those windows to sort of look like sliding doors, but I don't think they really work, so I ended up scrapping the door frame and the windows and just making it a platform that's one step up, just so we have that, just so it's like a different zone. For the clothing, I did my usual trick of grabbing the clothing shelving with the racks, hanging up the clothes and then shrinking down the shelving and then covering it up with some other cabinetry. I think it just looks a little bit more realistic, and I like that you're able to move the clothing a bit closer together. The other little trick that I love is the necklace in the little glass case. I think it just looks perfect sitting on that dresser. I tried to use as much of the new bedroom furniture from the new pack as I could, so I used some of those other little dresses, used that new desk, used the new rugs. I love the new rugs so much in this pack. Used the side tables and all that sort of thing. This pack, very sadly, didn't really come with any new plants. I think it came with 2 new plants, but neither of them look like they would really belong in a bedroom, so I couldn't really use them too much, sadly. But I guess if I ever built a school, or I feel like they could belong in a shopping center or something like that. Over the bed, I hung up one of my favorite items from this pack, which is the little Polaroids. It's just so nostalgic and I think so quintessential for a teen's bedroom. Fifth and final room, I have to say I kind of struggled picking a theme or like a trope for this room, just because I feel like we'd gone through all the archetypes. Like we'd gone through Queen Bee, the Jock, the hippie boho, quiet arty kid. So yeah, I was like, what's left? I don't really know. So I ended up just going for a plant lover. I've got these like cool tiles that are stepped down. I don't know how realistic this would be for a teenager's room. Not very realistic in my opinion. So yeah, I wanted to use as much of the new pack as I could. The pack only came with one new flooring. I hadn't used the new tile yet, so I decided to use it here inside this bedroom where all the plants could go. I think it makes sense because it's, you know, you need to water your plants and stuff, so it's good to have, you know, a waterproof tiling. I really love that bedside table, how it's got some stickers on it. I really love a lot of the furniture that's been like sticker bombed, or not really sticker bombed, but has a lot of stickers on it. I think it's just such a cute little detail. I grabbed these new trellises that came with the new pack as well and sort of put them at like varying heights just to make this the ultimate green space. I kind of shifted the color scheme in this room sort of midway. At first I wanted to make it all sort of like light timber tones, but I actually did end up going a little bit darker later on. So I picked the dark swatch for the desk, the dark swatch for the gramophone, and I picked that dark green floral office chair, which I think is just so beautiful. I managed to find so many good swatches out of the new wall decorations. Again, I love that little cactus neon. It was just so perfect for this room, had to have it. And base game actually has so many like gardening clutter for some reason, which is sort of funny because I feel like the gardening skill really kicks off if you have the seasons expansion pack. Anyways, yep, used one of the new rugs again in that beautiful dark green shade again, which matches that little poof perfectly, matches our office chair perfectly. This wall over here felt a little bit bare, so I just thought I'd put some floating shelves with some books and other knickknacks, filled up the space with even more plants, and that's it. Those are our 5 bedrooms. I used all 5 of the new double beds from the new high school years expansion pack. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this speed build video out, but I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope this has sparked some inspiration for you for when you go off and do your own builds using the new pack. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.